All right, Adam here at BlackOvis.com, and we are walking through the new Muley Freak system. This thing is unreal. We've been playing with it as we've been preparing for this. Eric here. Eric, thanks for being here. We are stoked on this new game changer.
Yeah, I'm stoked on it, man. This has been 2 years in the making, and it's finally here for the spring and summer of 2025.
Well, a little background, the Game Changer by Muley Freak, it was well received, top sold. I mean, we go to a total archery challenge, everyone's got one. They've been really, really strong. So walking through this thing, we want to walk through all the features, got a long list, but you guys leveled it way up. I was surprised. I mean, a lot of people come out with new products, new versions. Head to toe, this thing got a serious facelift.
Yeah, definitely. When we came out with the Game Changer, it was like, how do we make this better? Like, what are we going to do to make this better?
Yeah.
You got to constantly be innovating and improving, and I think we nailed it.
Well, and bino harnesses, they're everywhere, right? We see them in and out, but truly this is kind of a category of its own. Like, I feel confident saying that. So let's talk through this Game Changer R, which stands for?
Revised.
Revised, that's right. So a lot better. Let's go through all these different features and then also new accessories too. So let's start with the Yoke redesign. Tell me about that.
So we just wanted to add more material to the yoke itself. On our old system, this nylon piece ran up all the way, and we just wanted more material here to distribute weight better, because we wanted to have more accessories. So you just get a better fit with the weight distributed over your shoulders, keep all that sharp material away from your neck, and you're just going to be able to pack more weight here. With the added accessories, we wanted to make more comfort. In addition to that, we had some add-ons that can clip in for bigger guys. So if you're like, there's no way that material is going to fit me, you can actually purchase some add-ons here, extensions. It'll fit your 3X, 4X cell type guys.
Makes sense.
So in addition to that, we put some rings here so that if people want to tether to the bino themselves, they can run the tethers out of the case there.
Got it.
And then you just simply tuck the excess nylon here underneath. And it's just a better overall experience. There's some elastic keepers here, so if you had some excess, you don't get the dork ropes dangling around. Don't be one of those people with the extra dork ropes. So yeah, it's just a better system. Still breathes well. A lot of guys complain, hey, it gets super hot. This system doesn't get hot. It's just distributed so well with the mesh on the back, it breathes really good.
All loaded down, feels nice and snug. I just feel really, really secure. I love how everything, that's the other thing too, if you're not secure and you're a little loosey-goosey in a few spots, opening things is all based on pressure. So you want to snug that down. I'm amazed how snug down this is in comparison to what I thought it should be. But it makes such a difference because everything opens, you know, and you're not like, well, let me hold this down, that kind of thing. And super snug.
Super quiet. We built this, it was purpose built for the bow hunter and the rifle hunter. And we just want things snug and fitting tight, because if you're confident while you're accessing your gear in the field, confidence kills. You're going to be quieter, you're going to be stealthier. That translates to success in punching tags.
So let's talk about the 4 times thick foam. When I heard that, I was thinking that this thing was going to be super bogged down, whatnot. But when you compare the old one with the new one, tell me about the thickness of foam.
Yeah, so we just wanted more structure in it. With more structure, not only does it look better, but there's more protection for your optics and everything else that you have inside of here. And it just functions better. When everything's a little stiffer, everything's quieter, smoother, works out well. We went 4 times thicker foam, thicker plastics, added more structure, changed the contour and taper of the hood itself, so that when you open this up, you no longer get the interference of the bungees in the way of your calls. That was one of the things, like, well, when you open this up, you can't get to my elk calls, or I can't get to my wind. Well, when it's open, you can simply get to both now, and it's not a problem anymore. Allen wrenches, whatever.
Yeah, getting to your stuff is always a bit of a struggle, and you don't want to be fighting things when that moment counts. And so a lot of great upgrades there. Okay, let's go down our list. Reverse pocket design. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we switched the angle of the pocket here, which aided and assisted in being able to get to your side pouches so that bungee doesn't interfere. So a little less material there, which obviously anytime there's less material, there's less weight, and it just improved the overall functionality and usability of the side pockets.
Awesome. So it's still lightweight. You're still going to get that, it's not bogging you down. And especially when it's all, I've got a chronograph over here, Rangefinder, we'll kind of dive in, but yeah, it's not adding a whole lot more. The batwing elastics, talk to me about that.
Yeah.
What you guys improved there.
So when you're feeding your accessories, so the cool thing about it, just like the Game Changer, these accessories can go here, here. You can flip them, match them, put them underneath. They're also interchangeable, which we'll get to these with all the other accessories. But when guys were pulling these through, they were really putting pressure on these elastics where they misform. We went 4 times thicker elastic here so that when you're running these through, you don't get the misforming of the elastics, but still they're a lot more comfortable. In addition to that, these bat wings now versus the old Game Changer, they actually have a plastic insert in here as well so that they can take more weight here. So you can load these down with more things. For example, I have quite a bit of weight in here, headlamp, some bullets and things like that. And you just don't get the sagging. You'll see in some of the competition how their accessories will start to sag. You don't get this on this because the Game Changer R just has so much structure, not only in the construction of the case, but the bat wings themselves are reinforced too to allow more weight here on your sides.
I think that's what I'm feeling is I'm kind of like, give me a little bit more weight. Like what else can this thing handle? Because I don't feel.
But
okay,
yeah, it still has
makes
the
sense.
comfort, right?
Yeah. So that plastic insert in there, that's
you
a
feel
really
that?
cool piece too. It's
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't have felt it if you hadn't called it out.
Which we were worried about that. We're like, is this still going to be comfortable?
Yeah.
And it's definitely still comfortable.
Yes. Let's talk about zippers because zippers to me, I'm probably thinking about it backwards a little bit. I'm thinking if it's the smaller, tighter teeth, it's going to be quieter.
Yeah,
it's not the case.
Not necessarily the case. And a lot of people, I think, in early design were like, let's not show the zipper. It's a cleaner look if you don't show the zipper. And I'm like, let's show this big tooth, meaty zipper. I think it looks pretty good. We went with all black on all the colorways.
Yep.
And it's just quiet. Like, it's that quiet, especially
Yeah.
like if you're on a buck or a bull and you're trying to be quiet and you're just like,
I'm gonna get my microphone right up against that. I want people to not hear this. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna come through. I hope it does. But I'll tell you right now, it is super quiet. And I was playing with the old version, and again, it's like it's just. And the other thing is, it's smooth. Like you don't feel
very
it fighting you.
Yeah.
Like go big. It looks actually pretty cool. It's kind of iconic heritage, but it's also super functional.
Yeah.
You don't want that noise. You don't want that fighting.
yeah, listen, when you've been sitting on a buck for 5 hours or antelope or whatever you're doing, you don't want any missteps.
Yeah.
Like, and this, I say this all the time, like, this is the most important piece in when it comes down to the execution part of a big game kill. Like having all this stuff dialed in so you can go quiet. You get in close on a mule deer, you don't want to move. Like you've got to be doing stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's important to have a zipper. And we added those zippers on the range or on the accessory pouch, the cell phone pouch, the Heat R, which is our hand warmer system. Anywhere we could add that, it's double the cost. And we're like, screw it, put it on there. It's going to make it better.
Well, I think a bino harness too is part of your shot process. I know it's part of mine. Like I'm going to pull my rangefinder out. I'm going to if I get mucked up here, all of a sudden I'm here and I'm like, wait, steps 1 and 2 didn't go well.
Right, and it takes your mind off your quarry, right?
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden my mind's like, what's going on here? I'm not focused here anymore, and that's where mistakes happen.
Totally. So let's talk about the re-engineered access, the front kangaroo pocket.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so our other one, it was like, honestly, it wasn't that functional. You couldn't really get in there. It's like you could maybe put a key in there or a tag, but now you can get your whole finger in there.
Yeah, I feel that.
You can put some hand reads in there, and this is with binos in here. So when you put binos in here before, no access. It was basically unusable. But now, you can actually use it a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that.
But you don't want it too loose because there's nothing to close it. You want some tension here to be able to close it so you don't lose things. But like if you bend over and whatnot, you're not going to lose. You're not going to lose anything on that front.
You
pouch.
could almost maybe do a tag in there, but probably want that zippered.
Yeah, probably want that zipper. But reads, anything like that, or a permission slip, anything like that you could use.
Even this right here, look, you've got that opening there off the zipper.
Another, again, we're one of the only companies that do this here. This is one of our ideas where we took that pleat there, and the pleated pocket on that front allows for more stuff.
Yep.
Like there's more room.
And
you don't have to fight to get in there. The pleat allows. So yeah, this might not be as quick.
Yep.
But you don't have to fight for the front pleated pocket.
Yep.
Front pleated pocket, which that's the big thing.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna overpack stuff. You give me space, you give me a backpack, I'm gonna fill it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit more stuff. I'd almost say even just a little snack, maybe a granola bar right there, be kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we're gonna talk about the increased rangefinder pouch. This one, do you think came up a lot in your design?
It did, because we had people always calling in mentioning how the Vortex 4000 wouldn't fit. There were some versions of the SIG that were a little bit tight, and there's that rubber pieces. In fact, I have one right here. There's that rubber piece on the SIG on our old one that would kind of snag on that. Check that out.
Totally smooth.
Totally smooth. And what we did there, we increased the overall length of this. So we brought it up a bit. We increased the width, and then we added stretch. You can see we added stretch around the sides here. So in the event that there is another rangefinder pouch that's manufactured that's bigger, you just pull up a little bit more, and it's gonna cover up over that. And that's a big deal. And again, same increased foam here on the rangefinder pouch as well as the accessory. So we spread that well throughout all the accessories.
I just want to reiterate too, we're talking about more. We're talking about bigger. We're talking about, you guys have added some things, and I just have to reiterate, it doesn't mean it got heavier. It still has that lightweight feel. And
lightweight, comfortable.
I'm just kind of blown away as we're going over this revised game changer that you're still getting that great value of lightweight.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, hey, this is what we need to improve. We had to solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And we had to do a lot of testing on these side pockets and these bungees to work, because the big thing about the Game Changer are, just like the Game Changer, no magnets.
Yeah.
That's great for guys with pacemakers. It's great also for guys that don't want any like navigation influence of a magnet.
So no magnets.
No magnets.
Yeah.
This function all like this, quiet with no magnets. A lot of people had a hard time believing that. Like, how does this not have magnets? Well, it's the same as the other one. You got the draw attention system here that you can control the flow of this lid.
Nice. I love that. So let's talk about some accessories here and some new additions. And there's going to be some that we don't show here, but they will be available on BlackOvis. Well, let's talk about the phone case. This is pretty cool, and adding this is very easy. It just goes to the bottom here, and it's very low profile. Like, I kind of am forgetting that it's even here, but talk to me about the phone case.
Yeah, so the phone case essentially is, this will fit just about every iPhone out there that there is.
Yeah.
And a lot of the iPhones you'll be able to fit with your case on it too. And it's got a sleeve in here too that you can tuck your actual phone into there. So there's there's extra protection and whatnot there. In addition to that, we added a zipper here on the outside should you want to put permission slips, tags, parking pass, whatever you want in here as well, that you can have that with you. Now the beauty about this thing is you can put it on this side, flip it over, put it on that side. You can run it underneath the case, just like Adam is here, or you can run it on the strap of your backpack or your hip belt.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. It's extremely lightweight. It's tough. It has stretch. It's just got the Muley system here with our gatekeepers on the bottom. You just simply fish it through like Adam's done on the bottom. And I can see a lot of people having a lot of uses for this. See how easy Adam's iPhone fits with its case on. Yep.
So nice thing here, I didn't know you had those sleeves, even just a little bit more organization there.
Right.
So pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, put it off to the side. Keep it nice and clean.
Yeah, keep it nice and clean.
Don't need the dork. What is dork?
Dork ropes.
Dork ropes.
Yeah.
Keep the dork ropes.
You can't have that stuff flapping around. Get made fun of.
One thing I want to point out too is, do you know the model behind Apple phones, how they improved the iPhone? They actually had the latest version per se of iPhone way early on, and they slowly, the 9, the 10, they slowly added features. I think what you just did was you launched your iPhone 14 like the next year.
Yeah, maybe.
So what's cool about that is you didn't hold off. You didn't say, you know what, we're getting a ton of complaints on this. Let's launch that in 2 or 3 years. Let's wait for that. You guys, what I'm picking up is you fixed everything. I mean, you really improved everything. You didn't hold back, and you didn't take that Apple iPhone approach to, draw it out. This thing is just, I love all the features and improvement you've done. Yeah,
we tackled it all at once, and we didn't want this to be skew heavy in terms of like, oh no, what size bino is this going to fit? So I think we should talk about that real quick. Like, these are EL ranges, 10 by 42s. There's a platform that Adam has here, and depending on the size of your binos, you'll either add or remove that. So if you have a smaller pair, maybe 8 by 10s or whatever, you probably want this platform in there. But Adam, you have 12 by 50s.
Yep.
And look at the fit on these 12 by 50s. The 12 by 50s fit in there really well.
I was so surprised. Yeah, I was so surprised.
Shocking, right?
Yeah. I was like, I don't think those are going in there. So let's pull this out. And then pad comes with it.
Yep.
and then slip it down, super easy. Now I've got my 10x32s. They're in, accessible, same height, same volume there.
Yeah, and we did that because we didn't want guys to have to dig down in there to access their binoculars. So having that platform there on the bottom just allowed for ease of use in being able to fetch your binos.
Yeah, I like that. It just not doing sizes. I can tell you, doing marketing for BlackOvis, trying to manage SKUs and sizes, and we're out of that size. That it's just all encompassing.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it took a lot of time to figure out what the perfect size was so that it would fit everything without it being too big and too bulky and still lightweight.
Yep.
And that's why this is such a phenomenal development of this bino harness, is because it really does that all. I will add, we kept the D-loops in there, so if you're the old-fashioned guy that wants to still tether to the case itself, you still got the D-loops there or whatever.
Do you do that?
I don't. I never tether. I mean, if you look here, like, these are never coming out.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to do is show here too is, like, there's a lot of times we have to run after a buck or a bull because either you're trying to see where he's going to die or trying to see where he goes. And, like, look at this.
Yeah.
There's not the flopping. There's not the sloshing.
Even open.
Yeah.
Like they're, you know, maybe a little, but
a little travel there for you, but
yeah.
Keep that closed and that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, we covered a lot. We want to wrap up here with one more accessory that you've got here, and that is your hand warmer. Let's just cover this real quick. Tell me about this outside zipper, couple options that we've got.
So same stealth zipper here. You put whatever you want in there, tags, whatever. We made this so that guys with large to extra large hands could still get their hands in here and get them out. And then additionally, you can get your hands in and out of here with gloves. Now, this will connect to the bino case itself, or you can simply take these gatekeepers out of here, run these low, and just run it around your back like a football player. Yours right here, you're running that around your waist. You don't have yours connected. So the point is, I'm running mine directly underneath my case. Yep. Adam is not running his underneath his case. He can flip that out of the way. He can reverse it, or if you want, it's kind of like a little thing, the guys that hold their beers on their guts or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You can rest your hands right here when it's connected to your case. In addition to that, if you want to take that off real quick, Adam, if you don't want to run it with the strap around your back, you can simply take those off and just run it to your case. There's a secret zipper on the back, so if you're hunting the front, late season archery, you want to add some hand warmers in there. There's an additional back pocket as well as a front pocket.
That's cool.
All made with premium Cordura materials, so we didn't skimp on any cheap materials. We didn't do the knockoffs that you can find elsewhere. We went with all the best of the best, and when you're hunting anymore, dude, you're spending tons of money. It doesn't matter if you're hunting an OTC tag, you're several grand into an OTC tag, unless you're hunting like in your backyard.
Sure.
Like if you want to go to Idaho, pick up an OTC tag, you're still thousands of dollars. So it's like, we wanted to make this with the best of the material to try to enhance your hunting experience and optimize success in the field. That's why we built this.
One more thing to show. It's a little hard to show in here, but man, I put my hands in here. It is that thick, lofty fleece. It feels kind of like what is that? Like a sheep feeling thing.
Basically.
It's just a lofty fleece. You just put your hands in there, it's like,
whoa. It's faux, what do you call it? What's a sheep? What's the fur on the sheep called? None of us can think of it. What is it? What is that?
Not merino.
Fleece.
Yeah, fleece.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, wait.
Not merino.
No, it's not fleece. If you shear wool. Oh my gosh.
We're done.
Yeah,
just close her down. We're done.
But if you're if you're shearing wool off a sheep, it's like the feeling of wool.
Yes.
In your hand.
It's
and like my hands are sweating in here.
Yeah. Super lofty. It was just a nice surprise. Not like that cheapy microfiber stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really nice there. So these are great. I've actually taken a nap with a muff. Like I've leaned back and just go like this.
It's so comfortable, dude. It's like a place to rest.
If you got a nice beanie on, your head covered, and your hands are warm, it's just like
maybe bring your net gaiter over your nose so the flies don't crawl over your face. Stupid flies.
Oh man. But yeah, these are great, especially if you're not the shooter and you're just spotting and you're just keeping your hands warm and you're not going
or you have your binos on a tripod and you can sit here and keep your hands warm and look through your binos. You know what I mean?
Amazing system. This is the Game Changer R by Muley Freak, and this is available on BlackOvis. Last thing to wrap up here, I just want to talk about is our exclusive color on BlackOvis. You got some really cool pops of red. I love this. I mean, the color schemes overall got elevated just a little bit. There's
Every
some
one
nice
of them, man.
subtle
Like
changes.
This coyote brown is super polished. We went with black accents, coyotes everywhere, black zippers throughout. We put a few coyote accents even on this Ranger green with the zipper pulls and the bungees.
Yeah.
Went green, blacks, and all the zippers. That's a brand new colorway too. That's the black and green. You have on the black and tan, which is one of our top selling ones. This is going to be the all new black and green. We have a revised wolf gray. Where's the wolf gray? Oh,
yep.
This is the new revised wolf gray color, which is a darker wolf gray that I think people are going to get really excited about. Fits some of those darker, more earth tony, camos and whatnot.
Black multicam.
The new black multicam, the new two-tone regular multicam, which I think is an extremely sharp piece. You can just see the structure in this thing. Like, just feel that thing.
Yeah.
The structure's insane.
Even without the side pockets and accessories, great kind of single use, if you're doing your rangefinder and other accessories differently. Yeah, it's just cool, like in the hand. It's surprising to me how small this feels.
Yeah.
And it comes up here and it does so much.
Good, it's awesome.
All right, so watch for this exclusive color on BlackOvis only. Nice red pops, really rep the brand, pretty cool there. But overall, all the colors got a major, nice, subtle uplift.
One thing we forgot, that's not featured here, is the radio/bear stray pouch, which again will fit underneath. They're on both sides here. It'll still be available in the link, but we just didn't have it here today.
And the cool thing about how they build these things too, I loved how you're talking about the phone case. It goes in different places, so it's not like, yes, it goes there. There's no question about it. It's very flexible. This whole system is super flexible.
It's just kind of like it's just so universal with how you can mix and match, change the way things are, where they go, and whether you want to put things on your backpack or keep it here on your chest, you have the ability to do all those things.
All right, well, this is Adam and Eric with Muley Freak, and this is BlackOvis.com. So check this out. This is the Game Changer R. R stands for revised, which is absolutely what they did. Cool overhaul here. Check out the system, get the accessories, and hopefully you tag out this season.
Good luck.